Hello, it's Mrs. Stewart again, and today I'm going to show you how to make more lowercase letters. And we're moving on to the next set of letters, and these letters are going to be very easy for you to learn how to do because all you need to know how to do is make a straight line down, and that's how they all start. So let's get started. These are all going to be under the tall letters. So we're going to start with the letter B. And being a tall letter, I know that some of that letter is going to happen up in here in the other part above that dotted line. So to make that letter, I'm going to grab my marker and I'm going to come over here and I'm going to aim for that dot. Remember, you can have your parents put in the dots for you so you can target and aim where to start the letter, because that's an important thing, is to be able to start correctly. So I'm going to start the B. So I'm going to make that line down and bump, and then I'm going to float back up to the dotted line and around again to the bottom. And there I've made the letter B. Now we're going to make another letter that looks very similar and has a lot of the similar movement to it. It's the letter H, and again, it's a tall letter. So I know that it is going to be up in here, part of it. So let's get started. I'm going to grab my marker and I'm going to aim for that dot on the top of the line. And again, it's just a straight line down and bump. Then I'm going to come back up to that dotted line and back down and bump and stop. So you can see they're very similar, but the H stops and doesn't curve on around. So I've made the letter H. Let's move on to the next tall letter, the letter L. And this letter is the same thing, only it's going to be really easy. It's going to be a straight line down. Aim for that dot, and I'm going to line down and bump for sure. And I've made that letter L, lowercase l. Let's move on to the last letter, the lowercase t, and I'm going to scoot it in right under there. And sometimes we don't think of it as being a tall letter, but again, part of the letter T does come up into this white area. And I know sometimes we don't make it as tall as sometimes it would be, but as long as some of it comes up in here and you can tell it's a letter T. So let's look at that. I'm going to grab my marker and I'm going to aim for that dot, and I'm going to make that straight line down and bump. And then I'm going to come right in here and make a line across. And you've done that before. You've made a straight line down and you've made the line across before. So today we talked about the letter B, the letter H, the letter L, and the letter T. They are all line down letters. So I hope you can practice those and get your starting dots put in for you. And again, you can do these on blank paper. You can just make a straight line down and stop and come back up and around. And it can be a big size or a little size on blank paper. What you want to work on now is that motor memory for letter formation. I can make a straight line down and stop and up and around again and stop. And I can make the H. And again, L is just a straight line down and stop. And the letter T is the line down and come back up a little ways and make a line across, just like you would if you were making a cross design. So today, I hope you learned something about a line down letter and how to get started on those. And again, if you need, please put in your practice starting dots and practice. And I know you'll do a great job. And the next time we'll move on with some more line down letters. Thank you so much.